Mumbai Indians versus Kolkata Knight Riders. Two big teams and two big set of players for both the teams. Now, how can you make your Fantasy 11 team? Because there are so many players out there and limited credits for Dream 11. But then this video is precisely to solve that problem. Be with us till the end where we give you a perfect Fantasy 11 team. Hello and welcome to Crictips. My name is Manthan and in this video we are going to discuss the Fantasy 11 team for Mumbai Indians versus Kolkata Knight Riders. Let us look at some important statistics at the beginning. Now both of these teams have faced each other 28 times and out of which Kolkata Knight Riders has won only 6 times. I repeat, KKR has won just 6 times and Mumbai Indians has won 22 times. This clearly shows how MI gets dominant on KKR. If you look at the Abu Dhabi stadium, this stadium has an average score of 160 to 170, and on this pitch, when for the last 3 times when both of these teams collided, Mumbai Indians won twice and KKR won 1 times. Both of these teams in last to last, when they played head-to-head 5 times, Kolkata Knight Riders won just 1 time and Mumbai Indians won 4 times. Now this pitch is bowlers friendly and therefore our team will consist of bowling friendly all-rounders. Now let's begin with wicket keepers. The only wicket keeper that we might suggest you in your Fantasy 11 team is Quinton de Kock. Looks in pretty much decent form, good statistics against Kolkata Knight Riders and a perfect player for your Fantasy 11 team. 2 other options, Ishan Kishan and Dinesh Karthik, but clearly not in form and we might not suggest them in your team. Now let's talk about the batsmen. So many names for both the teams and let's begin with number 1, Rohit Sharma. You can definitely have him in your Fantasy 11 team. Coach Mahela Jayawardene has confirmed that Rohit Sharma is playing the second match after skipping the first match. Rohit Sharma has scored 866 runs against Kolkata Knight Riders, highest by any Mumbai Indians player. Second batsman is Suryakumar Yadav, one of the most consistent players for Mumbai Indians and an ex-KKR player. This match is going to be interesting. Suryakumar Yadav has an average of 46 runs and a strike rate of 150 when he plays against Kolkata Knight Riders. A key player for your Fantasy 11 team. Now Shubman Gill, now he has had a good start in this second half of the IPL, scored 48 runs against Royal Challengers Bangalore. Looks pretty much in decent form. You can have him in your team. But then here is an option for all our Crictips fans. If you want, you can choose Nitish Rana. Now why? Because the power play bowling, the opening bowlers for Mumbai Indians, Jasprit Bumrah and Trent Bolt are terrific bowlers and therefore we might not suggest opening batsmen from KKR. You can either have Nitish Rana in your team because he comes down to bat in the middle order. So Nitish Rana definitely a player, you can have him in your team. And now the Crictips player to look out for in this match, which is Venkatesh Iyer, who made his debut against Royal Challengers Bangalore, and in his first match against such a big team, he scored 41 runs not out. He opened with Shubman Gill. This player looks promising, and at Crictips we are going to put all our bets on this young player. Have Venkatesh Iyer in your Fantasy 11 team. Now let's talk about the all-rounders. Now both of these teams have so many all-rounders it is going to get confusing, but then let us analyze each and every player. Number 1, Pollard. Good start against CSK in the second leg of the IPL. He'll give you more points for his bowling and looks in pretty much decent form. Here is an option for all our Crictips audience. Look at this player, Hardik Pandya. Now we have been telling you that Hardik Pandya is clearly not in form in the first half of the IPL, but then his statistics against Kolkata Knight Riders are really impressive. Look at this. When Hardik Pandya plays against Kolkata Knight Riders, his strike rate is 184. He plays with an average of 59 runs and he has already picked 11 wickets. So you can consider having Hardik Pandya in your team, but then hold on. Another all-rounder for KKR is Andre Russell. This KKR all-rounder has picked 3 wickets in the last match against RCB. Picked this crucial wicket of AB de Villiers when he got him for a golden duck. In the last match against Mumbai Indians, Andre Russell picked 5 wickets. So you can consider having Russell in your team. Another West Caribbean player is Sunil Narayan. He has picked 22 wickets against Mumbai Indians, highest by any KKR player. So consider having Sunil Narayan in your team. But then the only 2 all-rounders that we suggest you is Andre Russell and Pollard. Now let's talk about the bowlers. Too many options, and the bowlers that we will suggest you in your team is of course Jasprit Bumrah and Trent Bolt. You cannot make your Dream 11 team without having these 2 players in your team because the Dubai conditions are favorable for fast bowlers, and this is the fast bowler duo which are very deadly against teams. You can have these 2 players in your team. Trent Bolt picked 2 wickets in the last match, looks pretty much in decent form. Then it is Rahul Chahar. Now because MI has a dominating condition when it plays against Kolkata Knight Riders, also because the Dubai conditions are favorable, we might suggest Rahul Chahar in your team. But then here is another option for our Crictips audience. You can instead go for Lockie Ferguson, who bowls at 150 km/h already picked 2 wickets against Royal Challengers Bangalore. So you can consider having Ferguson in your team instead of Rahul Chahar. And then it is Varun Chakravarti, the mystery spinner, already picked 3 wickets against Royal Challengers Bangalore. So have Varun Chakravarti in your Fantasy 11 team. And now the power players. If you are making teams on platforms like Dream 11 and if you have to choose a captain and a vice captain, the 2 Crictips power players will be Andre Russell and Trent Bolt. Now that was a prediction video, and in this video we told you a perfect playing 11 conditions. Subscribe to the Crictips channel if you are going to make teams on fantasy platforms for the upcoming 30 matches. Then Crictips is your place. You will find complete analysis of players, of profiles, of teams. Please subscribe to the channel. Like this video, share this video with all your friends who make teams, and please subscribe to the channel. We will see you every day with one video. Until then, see you. Thank you.